Hey everybody, it's Amy. I missed April with my garden tour, but I have been super busy and I have a lot going on in my garden. So I'm here for the May tour. Okay, so we're on the deck. That tends to be where I think I'm gonna start the videos all the time, but this plant is one that was a volunteer. And I've been letting it grow because I wasn't sure what it was, and I have discovered it is a tomatillo. So this bag, I am going to put some compost in it, and I am going to let this tomatillo keep growing. I can't move it where the other tomatillas are because there's no room over there. So we're just gonna let this guy grow and see what we get from it. If you come down from here, here's the rhubarb. It is still looking great. I am gonna move this to the ground next year, hoping it'll get bigger in the ground. But it's doing good. And then if you come on around, this is strawberries and onions. You're gonna find I have onions literally everywhere in the garden. And then back here, I have got a lantana along with onions. And I learned more about lantana actually today. So I'm gonna be coming out here and pruning some of this so that I get more blooms. Then I've got a couple of tomatoes. I've labeled everything now. So it's called Just Can't Get Enough, which honestly is supposed to be a smaller plant. It should have been in the green stalk, but I missed it. So now it's here. And then I have a black cherry right there. Then in the back is my spearmint. I did trim it and it is starting to bush out. It looks really good. And this is the catnip. It's going really good too. Then I've planted this bed. And this bed now has peppers, it's sweet peppers and onions, and I've got some basil. Let's see. This is Lecia. I never can pronounce that right, but it is a sweet pepper. This is an orange Lecia. Then I've got sweet basil. This is a zinnia. I've got candy cane chocolate pepper, which I grew last year and liked, so I have some more of those. Carmen pepper, which I grew Carmen not last year, but the year before. And it is a really good one. Similar to bell pepper in taste, but it's a little more prolific. I get more peppers on that one. So I decided to grow it again this year. And then I've got a strawberry blonde marigold right there. Right here, I cannot pronounce this, but it's a bell pepper. And then I've got another Carmen over here on the end, another sweet basil right here, and I've got a zinnia. These two in the back are Cubanelle peppers. And then if you come over here, this is my herb section, my chocolate mint in the back, the white horehound. My strawberry mint is looking really good. Orange balm, I've actually harvested once from this already. I harvested some chocolate mint as well. And then my peppermint is looking really good too. Up here is another lantana that I'm gonna be dealing with onions, of course. These are flowers that I hope are gonna grow. I believe they're called apple blossom geranium. So I hope they're gonna grow okay right there. A lot of my newer plants I'm learning about, and we're gonna see what happens, but I hope they do well. So you're along for the journey. My woolly lamb's ear is doing really well. I added some compost to it. And after trimming and all, it looks good. Over here, I have my strawberries, which have sort of exploded. We have harvested a lot of strawberries from these plants, But you can see we have a ton of flowers out here that are becoming strawberries, which is fantastic. I have been cutting runners off of some of these. And you can look right here, there's another one right there I've got to get. But this onion is starting to bulb up really good, so that makes me happy. Again, I've got strawberry plants, a lot of them over here mixed in with onions. And I've got some strawberries I've got to harvest. There's one right there that is looking good, I do believe. Let's see. Yeah, that one's almost ready. Here we go. That one's almost ready. These are, I think most of these back here are ever-bearing strawberries, so they don't produce all at one time like June-bearing. But that's okay. Okay, so this is on the right side of the deck steps. This is my sage, which I cut back some and it's growing well. My oregano, I have harvested once from this already. It's looking great. The rosemary, I cut back a lot and it is starting to bush up a little bit. And then the thyme, I'm gonna be harvesting some of that soon. So this one's looking really good. Then if you come over here, I have my yarrow, which I have harvested from this once already, and it's looking really good. This is an echinacea that looks like it's about ready to flower. I've got several other echinaceas down there, and then bee balm in the back, and some of them look like they're ready to flower. And then this one, I took out the chicory plant. Honestly, I couldn't remember why I had put it there. So I ended up pulling it because it was getting so big and shading out my chamomile, which is starting to flower. I'm loving it. And then I put feverfew in place of the chicory because I knew I wanted feverfew. It is a medicinal. And then I added a lemon balm and I put a basil. And I still think these right here are calendula. So I'm letting them grow to see what happens. Now over here is my nasturtium, and it has gotten really big. And I don't know what happened to the flower because I took a picture of a flower last night. Let's see if I can find the flower. Well, the flower I took a picture of I don't see, but I do see this one over here. Maybe it moved with the sun. But there's one of the flowers. And then I've got another one over on this side that looks like it's going to bloom soon. It's either that or that one actually may have come off the plant. That might be what happened to the flower. Oh dear. But then I've got to move this plant. I have to move back a lot because it wants to shade out my cucumber. Sorry if y'all are looking at a rock. I have to tell the story of this rock. My children, when they were a good bit younger, we had a playground out here for them, and they moved this rock over here, and they were so proud of themselves. And I haven't had the heart to move it, so that's just my garden rock now. But this bed has cucumbers and onions along with that nasturtiums on the end. Then I've got lots of cucumbers planted, and I've got onions. I've also got dill in the middle, and I've got some zinnias. But on this side, it's all cucumbers and onions. And then right here, I've got my ghost pepper. It is doing well, looking very green. I don't see many flowers yet, but they'll come. And then this is okra with onions. I told you I have onions literally in every bed. This is 2 okra plants. And then over here, this one, I've got this little thing to make it easier to point. This is a marigold, and I've got an onion. Then I've got cucumber, which some of these you can see we're starting to get flowers. Then I've got okra in the middle of this bed. And then this is a holy basil. And then we've got onions. Then we've got more cucumbers in the back. They'll go up the trellis. And then I've got okra in the middle. And then I've got onions in the front. And I'm hoping I'm not overcrowding, but I've discovered over the years that I have not planted heavily enough. And so I've planted heavier this year. I just hope I haven't gone too far with it. We'll find out. But a lot of these cucumbers are starting to get flowers, which makes me happy. And then these flowers on the end are looking really beautiful. I found out these are a type of snapdragon. So I was right that I did snapdragons. They're just not like the other ones that I planted in the raised beds. Then when you turn around, this is my big bed of onions. These are the blush onions. And they have really gone wild. What I'm gonna do this weekend is dig out around them a little bit so that hopefully they'll bulb up good. And then in spots where the onion either didn't make it or it was dug up, I have added bean plants. And I've also added some flowers. I believe that one might be a dahlia. And then I've got zinnias, and I've got more bean plants. And I'm back. Sorry, found out my phone does not like heat, and it's really hot here. So earlier it shut down. So I'm starting again. So since I don't know where my video from earlier left off, I'm gonna go over this one real quick again. This one, like I said, is my cucumbers and onions. This is the other side of the cucumbers. On the back row, I've got cucumbers. In the middle, I've got okra. And then on the front, I've got a holy basil right there. And then I've got onions. And then I've got my flowers over here, which I found out are snapdragons. They're just a different kind. They don't look the same as the ones I planted in the raised beds that I will show you in a little bit. So then over here are my blush onions that are the long day onions. But so far they're really doing well. Short day onions grow better in our area, but so far they're doing really well. So I've got onions mixed with some bean plants and some flowers here. Then when you get over here, I have more bean plants with more onions. And then I've also got 2 watermelon plants that are growing well. And I'm starting to get flowers. And I keep looking because the flowers on the watermelon plant, there's one. That is if I can get to it, there's ants on the flower. But this flower right here is a male flower. And then I've got one down here that is a female. I don't know if you can see it with these leaves, not wanting to focus on it, but you can see what looks like a little baby watermelon. The goal is for that to pollinate, and I'll get a watermelon right there. Then I have another watermelon plant over here. These are sugar baby watermelons, but I'm starting to get flowers on them, which makes me super happy. Then if you come down here, they're looking kind of sad right now because I need to water them. But I got my sweet potatoes planted. And you see, I did this last year. I make this TP design with stakes, and I will run the vines, the leaves, up the stakes. And that keeps them from making a big old mess going everywhere. Then over here, I have more bean plants with onions. And this is a zucchini that I planted in here. And then here I have tomatoes. I have planted a lot of tomatoes this year. and I'm hoping to get a lot of tomatoes in harvest for all these plants. But because I've had issues with squirrels in the past, I'm okay if I lose some of these. But you can see I've got more tomatoes. This is another zucchini right here. They're looking really good. Then here I've got basil. Oh, one of them fell over. I'm gonna be trimming this one soon just so it'll bush out. Same with that one over there. Then over here I've got more tomatoes and onions. Now the ones over there, I mostly cannot remember what they were, and I didn't take pictures of the pot that I labeled with it. But these, the two on the end, this one and then the one over there, are black strawberry. The one in the middle is Rosella. And the black strawberries, I think the tomatoes get a little bit bigger than typical cherry tomatoes. The Rosella is a cherry type. Then on this side of the bed, I have onions. This is a lime basil. Then I have 3 sugar punch watermelons, which I believe are a type of sugar baby. They're a smaller pumpkin, or a smaller watermelon, sorry. Then down here, I have okra, and I have a piccolini basil. And then on this side, I come around to the hot peppers. This whole bed, all the peppers you see in this one are cayenne peppers. This bed has Aji strawberry, or these 3. This one is a Sugar Rush peach. And this one, behind this onion, is a lemon zest. It is a micro or a dwarf pepper plant, so it's not gonna get as big, and it should have been in my green stalk that I'll show you later, but I missed it. Then here I have a fried chicken, which is supposed to be a really hot one. And I'm beginning to wonder if I have an issue with slugs because of the way some of these leaves are looking eaten. So I may have to get something and see what I can do about this. Then these 3 right here are Apocalypse Scorpion. These 4 peppers are supposed to be like super hots. So we'll see. These are from my son Luke. I do not handle hot very well. Then here, this is my jalapeno bed. I've got Jedi Giant, Lemon Spice, Ghostly Jalapeno, and Orange Spice Jalapeno. So that is the hot peppers. This bed has melons in it, along with onions. As I've shown before, these 2, this one and the one back there, are banana cantaloupe or banana melon. This one is a Tigger melon, and the one back there has my name. It's an Amy melon, or Amy something. So I figured, why not try it? Now we're coming up on my new raised beds, and I'm so excited about these. As you can see, I've got my cattle panel trellis up on the back of this one. This is my tomato bed. All along the back, the tomatoes in the very back, these are all slicing tomatoes, and then I have 2 tomatillas right here. The idea is, as they grow, I will start weaving them into the trellis. Then I have snapdragons here on the edge. And then in the middle, I have paste type or Roma type tomatoes. These are determinate tomatoes. The ones on the back are indeterminate. They're the ones that just keep growing and growing and growing. The determinate ones here in the middle, they do not get as big as indeterminates. So I will put a stake in those when I need them, or when I need it to support them. They don't need as tall a trellis. Then I have a marigold in here. You see that flower right there? Then I have a couple of snapdragons over here and another marigold back there. Then I have a basil right here. And then I have onions all along the front. And I don't know how well all the onions are going to do. We will find out. But to show you the types I've got, the one in the corner back there is a beefsteak. This one is an old German. This is Hilani. And then I've got Campari. I found an Amy Sugar Gem. I've got Cherokee Purple, Brown Sugar, Black Brandywine, and then I've got two Tomatillas right here. Then when you come up to the indeterminates, oh, that is a weed. We're gonna pull that. These three right here are San Marzano. These four are called Super Sauce. They're supposed to be a bigger aroma. These two right here are called Banana Legs. They're a yellow Roma type. And then these four right here are called Italian Roma. So I'm hoping all of these do well, because I'm hoping to can a lot of these Roma type tomatoes. This right here is my green bean green stalk, and it is doing fabulous. It has really bushed out, and you can see, I'll show you on this one because it's easier to get to it. I'm starting to get little beans. So that makes me super happy. And you can see a lot of the flowers on these other plants that will become beans are already becoming beans. This bed also has a trellis going up the back, and it also has tomatoes along the back side of it back here, and these are all cherry types. So these two right here, I'm getting closer to these. These two are called Sunrise Bumblebee. We grew these last year, and I know my mom really liked them, and I think my husband did too, my daughter. So I wanted to show you, I'm getting little tomatoes already. Again, these will go up the trellis. As they grow taller, they are indeterminate. Then I have a black strawberry right here. This one is called Honey Drop. It's sort of a golden yellow tomato. Then I have indigo apple, tropical sunset. These two are black cherry. They're my mom's favorite. And then I have a purple bumblebee and a pink bumblebee. Then I have another snapdragon right here, and I have some zinnias thrown in. And then I have sweet peppers. This is a sweet apple, which is a red bell. This one, these three right here are orange bell peppers. Then we come up. This is a candy apple, which is another red one. Then these two are a new one this year. They're Peppa Peach Stripey. And I think they might have a little bit of heat, but they're mostly sweet. So we're trying them. Have another marigold right here. This one is called Midnight Dream. It's a really dark bell pepper. And then this one and this one and this one are all yellow bell peppers. And then this one is called Chocolate Cake. It's a brown bell pepper. And then I have more snapdragons over here. And then I have onions, of course. And then I have a chives right there. And I have a sweet basil right there. And then this plant right here is a sugar kiss cantaloupe. And the plan is, as it grows, I'm just gonna have it kind of go over the edge of the bed. Then we come this way. Oops, sorry if I'm twirling too fast. This is it's almost a salsa green stalk because it has green onions on the bottom, and then it has tomatoes and peppers. It's a mixture of sweet and hot peppers. And then I've got 4 of these little dwarf Greek basil plants. As you can see, my tomatoes, I'm starting to see flowers, which means I should start seeing tomatoes soon. And I'm also starting to see the starts of flowers on the peppers. So I have been really excited about this green stalk as well. It is such an easy way to grow a lot of, in my case, a lot of vegetables in a small space. So then coming over to this bed is not full. I did plant some onions in it last night, but this bed will eventually have pumpkins in it. Right now it has chamomile because I have read that chamomile grows well with pumpkins. So we're gonna find out. I've also got a zucchini right there. It does not look as happy as the ones on the other side I showed you. And then I've got calendula. I'm gonna fertilize this weekend, especially over here in the raised beds, to see if that will help. Over here are 2 more zucchinis, onions, and then I've got peppers. I've got sweet apple bell. I've got a rainbow sunshine, which is a sweet pepper. I have a yellow bell pepper right here. Actually, I have 2 yellow bell peppers. There's another one right there. I have onions galore. I have a holy basil right there. I have a black brandywine tomato right here. My snapdragons are looking sad. I'm being told they're still kind of trying to heal from transplant shock. So hopefully that'll be the case. This is a Rutgers tomato, and I've already got a nice tomato looking right there. I have zinnias along with tomatoes. This one and this one are San Marzano. These 2 right here are the super sauce. That over there is an eggplant. This is a sweet basil. These along here, the first 3 over there are cucumbers. These 2 are loofahs. They're gonna go up the trellis, and this is my arch. And sorry if that sun blinds you, it's blinding me right now. The other side of the arch is more cucumbers. Over here. Then I have another black brandywine. I have a nasturtium, which this flower just bloomed on it. It is so pretty. Then I have snapdragons I love having the flowers here. Got another one right there blooming. This is another Campari tomato. I've got another beefsteak, purple bumblebee, another marigold. This is another sugar kiss cantaloupe. This is a dahlia that's starting to bloom. Another sugar kiss cantaloupe. And a 3rd sugar kiss cantaloupe is that little bitty one. We're gonna see if it survives. And then these 2 tomatoes are Paul Robeson. They're a darker tomato. This is another purple bumblebee. And this is a pineapple tomato. So these beds, I'm gonna be watering after supper. That's why they're looking kind of sad right now, is because it's really hot today. But I'm gonna be watering them after supper. These 4 plants right here are zinnias. This is my squash bed. All of these that have stakes in them already are called smooth criminal squash. They're a yellow squash. And they're designed, from what I've read about them, they're designed to grow more vertical. So that's why I put the stake in, and I've already clipped some of them to it. And if you look, I'm hoping this pollinated, but I've already got a little squash right there. Then I have another nasturtium here. I've got calendula over there, which is already blooming. And then I've got onions. I've got zinnias. I've got another basil plant. I have more onions, and these two on the end, this one and the one over here, are patty pan squash. They're the little scalloped type squash. And this tomato right here in the middle is a Cherokee purple. So this is all my raised beds. I'm loving them. I'm hoping they're gonna grow well. Like I said, I'm gonna be watering everything after supper, and I'm also gonna be working on irrigation for these. That'll hopefully help keep them happier. As I walk up this way, you'll see the asparagus patch is looking good. My grapes, like I said, this is their temporary home. We will be putting them in the ground this fall when they go dormant. This was just to keep them alive right here. And then over here, my black raspberries have gone crazy. My St. John's wort is doing well. No flowers yet, but I'm hoping. They usually don't bloom till later in the summer. And then these are called spilanthes, or toothache plants. So I'm hoping these will do well. So that's the backyard. Now we're gonna walk around to the front. Okay, now I'm at the front, and this is my purple green stalk. As you first walk up, you can see my cilantro has bolted. I didn't get anything from it, but cilantro is a cool weather crop, and it just does not like the heat here. I tried it up here hoping it wouldn't bolt because it stays shadier up here. Didn't work, so we're just gonna have to do, if I do cilantro again, it's gonna have to be in the fall. You can see where I've planted lettuce. It has come up. Now I have not watered yet, so some of my stuff might be looking kind of sad. I'm gonna be watering after I finish this video. As you can see, most of my pockets where I planted lettuce have at least some sprouts. I have one, I think, where I planted lettuce that did not ever get at least one sprout. So I'm happy. This makes me super happy. This lavender I'm gonna move to the ground when it goes dormant this year. But you can see, if it'll focus on it, I don't know if it'll focus on it, but I have lavender flowers. This is the first time I've had lavender flowers. This has made me ecstatic. And then I've got dill right here. I've got some more chamomile right here that's growing. And then over here, I have celery. And it is looking really good. I've got 3 pockets with celery in it. And then all of this mess is my parsley that has gone to seed. So I'm letting it go to seed. I'm gonna see if I can save some of the seeds for next year. Then if you come down here, I have finally planted in front of our front porch. So I haven't made it pretty up here yet, but I have planted everything. Now some of this will probably get moved next year, but for now the plants are in the ground and hopefully that'll help them survive. Now on the end here, I have 2 mullein plants. It is a really good medicinal plant. This one up here is a broadleaf plantain. Plantain is a really good medicinal. These 4 back here are probably going to end up being moved. They're elecampane, which is a really good medicinal plant, but it grows really tall. I mean, like, really tall. And it does like to take over. So, I planted them so they wouldn't die. And I think in the fall, hopefully when I can start filling in all this area over here that I was not able to yet, then I can move the elecampane to its own permanent patch. Then I'm going to go around my green stalk to do the rest of this. Now some of these, like I said, they're looking sad because it's really hot here today, and I am going to be watering as soon as I finish this video. But this right here is a marshmallow plant. I do want to plant more marshmallow because it is really good medicinally. I've got another lemon balm right here. Then this is a lavender. I believe that's a basil right there. I have another lavender right there. Then this whole patch back here is more yarrow. Then as you come down, I have a patch of bee balm, which I have some bee balm in the back as well. And then up in front of the bee balm is echinacea. And then coming on down, I have black-eyed Susans, which I think do have medicinal properties. I'm not 100% on that. The main reason I planted black-eyed Susans is I like them. Plus, from what I understand, they attract dragonflies. And I want dragonflies in my yard to eat mosquitoes. This one right here is a garlic chives. And then I have an oregano and a rosemary. Now my rose plant right here, it all the blooms have already, they're spent on it. I need to come out here and deadhead all the blooms so that I can get some more. Then as you come across this, I had to move my pink lemonade blueberries. My husband was rinsing off something and I moved them so we didn't get any soap underneath them. So that's a pink lemonade blueberry. This is the blackberry plant that I have. And you can see the red berries. They will, once they turn black, then they'll be ripe. So I will get a few blackberries this year. This is my red raspberries. These are not designed to get very big. These are designed to be in containers. And then this is another pink lemonade blueberry. The blueberries are going in the ground in the fall when it goes dormant. And then these are my newer red raspberries. And I'm thinking I may put these in the ground because they're getting a good bit bigger than the ones over here. These I'm going to put in bigger pots. These may go in the ground. I'm not sure yet. Then you move over and we have my strawberry green stalks. I also have onions in a lot of these. As I said, I have onions everywhere. And then this is my blueberry plant. And I'm hoping that these are going to plump up and actually become blueberries. They're just really tiny right now. So I've got a lot of these little berry looking things on here. I'm just hoping they plump up and become blueberries. Then I'm going to walk up here because I'm going to show you something new that I got from Greenstalk. A lot of people I know use their green stalks for strawberries, and the company knows that as well. And you can see I've got lots of flowers. I've gotten a lot of strawberries off of here so far. Look at this strawberry. Isn't it beautiful? So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that one. Actually, I'll pull that one after I water. But if you look over here, I've been getting runners off of some of these, but Greenstock has come out with these cute little cups that hang on the edge of the pocket. I've got a little bit of soil in there, and I put a runner in there to root. I've got one up here as well, and I think they're so cute. So this is a way that I get free strawberry plants. Oh, I've got some more over here I've got to get ready to put in the little cups. These up here at the top of this Greenstock, they're a strawberry that I got from, I believe I got it from Burpee, and they're called Purple Wonder. They're supposed to be a purple strawberry, and I didn't get any runners off of them last year, which kind of bummed me out because my goal was I hoped to fill this Greenstock with this type of strawberry. But this year, I'm getting runners. There's one right there. There's one there. And there's one over there sticking out. So that makes me super happy. A lot of the runners in the back I've been cutting off. But these on this Purple Wonder strawberry, I will not be cutting off. I will be rooting and moving them. So that is the state of my garden so far this year. And I plan to do another video in June. Ooh, sun's in my face. I can't wait for this year. I really hope everything goes well. And I'm gonna bring you along when I harvest, and we'll see what works that I've done, what doesn't work, and learn together. Bye, everybody.